Hi, my salty peeps.
Hi, my salty pecans.
Happy Thursday. It is yet another bomb AF awesome LOLing live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see there are two of you that have been waiting for me. Hi, fam. Hi, my salty peeps. I'm gonna go ahead and, as usual, as per usual, pull up the comments to, you know, keep in tune, especially since my screen is like far away and I'm hashtag Team 4Eyes. So, I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing. Okay. Hi, Danny. Hi, the key to order. Hi, fam. So, as you can see by the title, I'm trying to come on here with, a bit more direction, like with topics also, even though I don't need topics because we always just end up chatting about everything. But I decided, you know what, there are a couple of things that I do want to like touch base on and speak on and see, your opinions. So I definitely have them, as the title. But first, gotta add lip gloss. This one is like a rose hip scented. Lips are glossed up and in check. So the couple of things we're going to be talking about while I repot my Raft Tetrasperma from Florida, because I have yet to put this thing in soil, and it's been like almost 2 weeks now since I got it, since I've been back. So we're going to be repotting that. I'm going to be creating the soil mix with you all. But I want to talk about AIs basically trying to take over the world. And I say this in quotations because literally that is what the freaking AI said, okay? And also just toxic people, Derek Jackson, his wife, Dania, and how this also can, like apply to us in our real lives, right? So I have some water with me. But I guess before I start, I think you all might want to see maybe just a quick update about the prop box. I'm not going to pull out every single plant in here because I think that's like a 30-minute process in and of itself. But the props are doing good. I actually did add what is this called? A Hoya Polymura cuttings. I added 2 little pieces in here. This one the leaf was yellow already when I placed it in here, but it's doing fine. I guess I'll just show you, really, really quickly. So this is doing good. This is the Philodendron bipenifolium. I'm definitely going to chop this up like in half. And the other one I want to chop in half, but I see the bottom nodes have not, well, the bottom aerial roots have not, broken out of their shell. So we're gonna see, this was the top cutting, but this portion has broken out of the aerial root like casing, and the roots are pushing out, if you can see. So that is the bipenifolium. Something just fell. Ugh. So this is a salty pecan. Roots are looking nice also. Nice. Me gusta mucho. This salty pecan, not so much. I think I'm gonna make it actually touch the perlite because I don't think it's receiving any sort of like moisture. I love how I said I'm not going to be doing one thing and I totally end up doing what I said I'm not gonna do, which is show you each individual plant. So this is one of the, what is this called? Rhaphidophora decursiva. the other Raffi de Cursiva. Beautiful as always, just doing so much growth, pushing out so much growth. There's 4 on this side and 2 on this side. Well, 3 actually on this side. New growth, but it's growing. So I'm happy about the Raff Tetra. Sorry, the Cursiva. This one, again, it's not doing much, but there's like a little new growth point that wants to, you know, protrude out. I'm rushing through this because I don't want to spend so much time just showing you progress. The Monstera Peru from Not Dude, this particular piece, because he's given, I have another plant from him, but this one is still not doing anything. Not tripping, because we're not tripping. And everything else, all of these little noids I've shown you last week, they have like grown roots since the beginning. These are all the Micans and more salty pecans and more Micans and some Adansonais. They're all rooted, so I don't need to show you all these because they rooted since like the second like full week of being inside of here. So I'm just gonna dump these back in here, but carefully place this one back because it can't be too rough. All right, y'all, I'm gonna fix this back off camera, but that is the quick update about the perlite prop box. So let me grab my sticky notes, because I wrote down like stuff that I want to talk about with you all. So this is video ideas. Okay, this is more video ideas, and this is what I want to talk to you all about. So I am going to be creating my soil mix like I mentioned with you all. I have everything. I don't think I'm going to be saying like, oh, this is this, this is that. I'm just going to be mixing and talking with you all. So let me go into the comments because we are 8 minutes in. Hi, Arlisa. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Jerry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me grab my barrel. Okay, so I guess I want to first touch on the Derek Jackson situation and his wife that I guess apparently no one knew existed until his side chick, his mistress, his you know, his other ladies came out and basically blasted him, put him on blast and embarrassed his wife, you know. So I've been, y'all, can I tell you how, I'm not even gonna say like ghetto, ratchet, whatever, because it's to each their own. You decide what you consider that. But do you know these little Chinese type of, what is this called? These little plasticky, I don't know what, you know these little sandals that they have like that little foamy bottom and like you put in your foot. So I had one of them and it ripped out of this, so I'm gonna actually use this as a net at the bottom of my pot so I can not have soil escaping these ginormous holes. But I'm gonna try to remove as many as I can. Like in New York, they're called like Chinese slippers. I'm not sure in like the area that you live in, but in New York, they're called like Chinese slippers. And they're so comfortable. I love them so much. And they're like $1. You could go to the 99-cent store and get, you know, a pair for $1. And they're so amazing. So I'm removing like the beads and the sequins. I really don't have to because it won't really affect this. But listen, you know, reuse, recycle, reduce. Instead of using the coconut husk, I'm just going to use this. It's plastic, so I'm not going to have to worry about it like rotting and whatnot. So Derek Jackson, this individual, I have seen his videos like floating around on Facebook throughout the years, and his personality basically, or like his content, is more about like bashing men and trying to uplift women and telling women, oh, you know, you should not accept X, Y, and Z. You know, you're a queen, you deserve this, these men are that. And come to find out, everything he was preaching against, everyone he was attacking, per se, is exactly what he is, you know. He literally is the definition of the pot calling the kettle black, because it's like, it doesn't make sense. So, in regards to, I guess, my opinion with him bringing his wife on to his platform and basically addressing everything that went down between them and everything, you know, that went down on the internet, and the world essentially finding out that he's married. He's been married, he's been together, they've been together since high school, crazy enough. And this individual, he's 31 years old, so I think that's like, you know, over 10 years that they've been together. And this man has been cheating on her religiously, I'm gonna say, for who knows how long. Who knows how long. And in one of his particular talk videos, he, you know, mentions like, you know, if a man gets caught cheating, that's not the first time that he was cheating. He got caught. That's the first time he got caught. So I'm like, wow, okay. He also confessed that, oh, you know, there were like multiple women that he cheated on his wife with. And I think that that for women, it sucks. It honestly sucks that she is still standing by him. You know, they've been married for X amount of years. They've been together for over a decade. And, you know, she's standing by her man, standing by their marriage, standing by her vows. But how much can you take? What is the point of standing by somebody who has continuously disrespected you, who publicly disrespected you? He's sitting with her, you know, on a couch, and she's dressed in her own attire, her comfortable attire, you know, and he's like holding her hand like, you know, a freaking Ike Turner type of, you know, like tight grip, you know, and he's just, you know, saying like, oh, you know, I've cheated on her multiple times, and there's nothing that we say now that she doesn't know. And she also mentioned that, oh, you know, everything that is on the internet, like, he's already told me. And my thing is, where is the trust? Do you hear the scratch? Just like that. Come on. You know, it's like, where's the trust? If you can't trust your man, like, what's the point of making these vows? You're standing by someone who most likely will continue to do what they're doing. They're just going to be smarter about how they go about it. And I also don't like the narrative that's being played out on the internet, making the wife kind of, you know, the butt of the joke. Because she, in this, I feel like, lost. She lost respect for her man. She lost her man, in my opinion. And now the internet is clowning her because of her just coming on being comfortable. And people are saying, oh, no wonder, you know, you're getting cheated on. No wonder you're getting cheated on. Because she decides to come on with like a cardigan with a not a bonnet, but like a Black Panther sort of hat. And, you know, then she comes back again in another video with army and yet another Black Panther sort of hat. And she's just like, excuse me. She's been chewing on my tetrasperma. She's been chewing on my tetrasperma. This entire past week, this cat has been chewing on my plant. It's my fault though, but I'm not with the shits right now with her. So she comes on and it's like people are attacking her because of her attire, and I think that's kind of messed up. They're like, oh, no wonder you got cheated on, you know, she looks like this, she looks like that. So we live in a society that is so vain that people are justifying infidelity solely based off of looks, and yet and still not condemning the person that's at fault. He cheated because he's a cheater. He cheated because his position, right? His popularity, his finances, and honestly his looks. I think he's an attractive, you know, dark-skinned man. So, and I'm not saying like, I'm just saying he's an attractive man. You know, he's chocolate. He's a good-looking man, in my opinion. And people are justifying. Sorry. So like the reason why he cheated is because of who he is mentally, and not because of who she is. People are saying, oh, she dresses like Steve Harvey because she like dresses up in suits. I wear suits, you know. I work in corporate America. Do I work in corporate America? I work in like the financial sector of America. And I would be hella pissed if someone that I'm with disrespects me and people are coming at my physical appearance, you know, and saying, oh, that's why. Well, guess what? If we're going to talk about physical appearance, right? Beyonce, right? This lady is always like dressed to the nine. You know, her hair is always just like on point. Her body snatched, you know, to the gods. And yet, and still, Jay-Z, who looks the way he looks, has stepped out on her so much that they made an entire album. They went on an entire tour. Solange like beat the living bloop blop out of this man in an elevator. Solange is Beyonce's younger sister. It's like, so what are we gonna say in that regards? Oh, Beyonce's beautiful, she's successful, you know, she, you know, bore his children for him. And what do you have to say about that? So I feel like people need to get this notion, this stupidity out of their mind that it's someone's physical appearance is justifiable for someone else's actions. It's justifiable on how they treat someone else. And like, come on, yo. Come on. So let's see what's going on in the comments. No one deserves to get cheated on. Definitely no one deserves to get cheated on. And my question is like, when is it okay to leave, and when is it okay to stay and fight for things? This, in my opinion, this situation, and what really sucks is that he is a public figure, so we are having to watch their personal business essentially play out on the internet. But it's mainly because this man is a narcissist. This man literally did a reaction video to his own apology, and he spoke to himself in third person. He spoke in the third person. Like, oh, well, I just want to say this man, Derek Jackson, you know, I don't want to judge his character, but, you know, the Derek Jackson, this individual. And it's like, bro, you are reacting to yourself. Stop trying to come on here and play the role that you've been playing, which is like this end all be all perfect man, you know, judging. Like, you don't have, your card has been revoked. Okay, your card has been revoked. And of course, I'm all for, like, you know, like people forgiving people, because at the end of the day, this is not my relationship. I know my worth, and if I've communicated with you about stuff and yet and still I feel like I'm constantly being disrespected, I'm not gonna stay here. So if she's saying that she's known this for a while, she's known he's been cheating on her, so it's like, where's her values at? Or maybe is she disconnected from the relationship so much that we are thinking too deep into this, you know? Maybe she really doesn't even care. Maybe she's just there, like, for the companion. Like, some people just want to be married just to be married, you know? Some people want to be in relationships just to be in relationships, just to be like, oh, I got a man, he put a ring on it, and, like, he's beating the living hell out of you, or he's cheating and embarrassing you, you know, all over the internet for millions of people to judge you without even knowing you, without even knowing you existed before this whole situation. It really doesn't make sense. And I think, I seen this thing online, and I want to know your opinions, right? I seen this thing online a while back, like maybe sometime last year. It says that um women men choose who they're gonna marry, and women um wait to be chosen. And I kind of really thought about that. I'm like, is this true? Because in this patriarchal sort of world, at least kind of with me, I was just like, I think that kind of is true, because yes, we pick who we want to date, we pick whatever, whatever, but we wait for the man to choose us to be their wife. And I don't know. What do you all think about that? Let's see. I'm reading the comments. No one deserves to get cheated on, Bridget said. She also said, it's totally their decision, but I could never trust him again. Kimberly said he needs a brain scan. Bridget says, okay, reacting to yourself, that is so weird. Felix said, people will do to you what you allow them to do to you. Bridget said, that's victim blaming, Felix. It's not that simple. Yandy said, not true at all. Oh, hell no, Kimberly said. And that was in regards to the women wait to be chosen and men choose their wives comment. Yandy says, I choose who I wanted to marry and who I wanted to date. So, no, I don't think so. Honestly, I agree with you. I believe, like, I think in regards to the whole marriage aspect, because, like, you see on the internet a lot of the times, or even in our own real lives, that we, of course, we are getting a relationship with people that we love, and you know, you spend so much time with them, and a lot of the times it's kind of like a failure. I don't even know what I'm trying to say in that regards, but I personally, I choose who I date. Like, I can't, there's so many things that come into play when choosing a significant other, whether that is, you know, of the same gender, or a significant other of like the opposite gender, or multiple partners depending on what sort of lifestyle you live, if you're polygamous, or so on and so forth, right? But I feel like society, not just in the US, but like society all over the world, it's a lot of, I want your daughter, and I I think your daughter, like, their parents put a price on the daughter's head, right? So depending on a country, you know, it's like, well, there's like a dowry, or if you you know, depending on like the country, it's like animals and like products, you know, it's like, well, my daughter is worth like $10,000 plus like 3 cows type of stuff. And there's many countries also, like, women don't even have rights. So it sucks, because we live, I think, living in the Western world, we have this elevated sort of mentality, and not everyone kind of has that mentality because of the household that they grow up in. And especially since in the Western world, even though the youth, you know, or the younger people, we do have this more, you know, elevated sort of mentality. Many of our parents, ourselves, our grandparents have immigrated from other countries. So they bring that mentality with them, and we have this constant battle with the new age thoughts and the classic thoughts that our ancestors, that our parents have like instilled in us, like, oh no, you're black, right? I don't want you dating any white girls. You're Asian. I don't want you dating any black people. You know what I mean? But that is not the frame of thought that you have. But people around us still kind of try to put that in, put that thought into us, right? So Kimberly says, I have 5 engagement rings and 1 husband. I chose. Took me 34 years of frogs before I chose my prince. Yes. Yes. Krista said, there are people I know that have to be in a relationship all the time. It's like they can never be alone and be happy with yourselves or for a while. Ross says, some people are codependent and need someone else to feel valued. Yes, I completely agree. And I feel like this is probably the situation she's in. She has to put up with it. And also, we don't know what else is going on. Maybe they have like a lot of like material stuff, financial things together, that it's not that easy to up and leave. It's not that easy to be like, well, I'm gonna divorce him, he cheated on me multiple times. It's like, I don't know. I hope she overcomes this. I hope if she chooses to stay with him, that she is happy, genuinely happy, because from that video, the way she looked in that video, she did not look happy at all. And even when he was speaking, you can like see in her, like, her demeanor, like she was like, like some stuff he says, and she's like, wait, this is the first time I've heard this type of facial expressions. So it's crazy that this influencer, he's again coming on trying to sell his relationship advice books to women, right? Welcome to New York. He sell relationship advice to women when he should be selling his relationship advice to his own woman. It's like, does she know what her husband does? Like, he tells you to value yourself. He tells you not to put up with nonsense. He tells you to be better, to want better for yourself because you are better. And she's just taking it. It couldn't be me. It could not be me. I could not. You would disrespect me like that for what? Are you serious? Are you serious? Never. Cardi B voice. Never. So I think that's all the energy I want to put into this, man. Let me just go in the comments and see what y'all have to say. Always hide white was of cash in a jean jacket pocket. Kim, am I missing something? You wanted a fairy tale, practice what you preach, huge wad of cash. I think many young girls thought the same thing, and that was at Jerry. I wanted a fairy tale. Yep. So I think, gosh, how far am I in now? Oh my god! How long am I can't see. Woo! I love how I say I want this video to be 30 minutes, and we are at 30 minutes now. And I haven't not even potted up the plant, nor created the soil. So that's enough of Derek Jackson and his wife and the internet disrespecting her because of her attire. No, he cheated because he's a pig. He's a sleaze, and he never thought he was going to get caught. And I'm not really too sure her reason of staying. And it's like, I think it's really disrespectful in the religious aspect that they're bringing God into this. I feel like, yeah, you're religious, right? And be like, well, God wants me to be a good woman, and God wants me. Where was God when he was doing all of that? Why does she have to be the godly woman? Right? Why does she have to follow God's words and God's path? And yet and still, he is messing with thy neighbor's, spouse. Like, yo, I don't know. Don't bring religion into fuckery, trying to justify your fuckery and be like, well, God, oh, the Lord. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're gonna do dumb shit on your own time and blame it on yourself. Because God was not there when you was piping these chicks, okay? God was looking at you like, oh, let me take note. All right, Mr. Jackson. Woo. All right. So the AI stuff, the artificial intelligence. Do you all know what artificial intelligence is? And do you know what is going on social media? In society also. Damn, I don't think this is large enough. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna use this. I love this. It's like my collapsible bucket. Super like space what is the word? Conserving? I don't think that's what I'm looking for. But just add the soil into here. So apparently that's what I have like a whole bunch of notes on. Let me put them in order. Okay, so did you all know that we have a whole bunch of artificial intelligent social media influencers? Because I did not. Maybe I live under a rock, but obviously I don't because I'm creating videos. But there is the first artificial intelligent rapper out there, and his name is FN Mecca. And he creeps me out a little bit. Let me pull up his image. Oh, you see the image. The person with the green that was in my thumbnail. That's FN Mecca. He is like on TikTok. He also is on SoundCloud. He has like, I think by now maybe over like 5,000 followers on SoundCloud. And again, this is a robot mixed with human, right? And that is just, that is creepy. Black Mirror, I Am Legend. Like I sorry Alexa, I don't have Alexa, but I have one of the Amazon Fire Sticks. I hope she's not listening. Sorry Siri. Oh, I think that's way too much soil. So I'm putting like a bit of soil in here, and I'm gonna seriously cut down the soil ratio to orchid bark to perlite because this is a tetrasperma, and I have found with tetraspermas, i.e. my tissue culture tetrasperma, that if it stays in a moisture loving substrate, it will die. Like this plant will just like slowly decline. So it has to be really well draining, and I let my tissue culture dry out like bone dry, where I pick up the plant and all of the soil is stuck to the plant out of the pot type of dry. I let it dry out completely and then I water it. It's a very drought resistant plant and it's very sensitive to too much moisture. So I would say the ratio would be like 1/4 soil to 2/4 orchid bark and to like 1/4 perlite. That is the ratio I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna like hand drop some charcoal. I'm gonna put a little bit of worm casting, and I don't have it with me here, but I'm definitely gonna put mosquito bites because that is one of my tricks to not having mosquito. What are those things? Fly gnats. And also sometimes if you bring a new plant in that might have it, it helps keep that new population like eradicate, so I don't have to worry about like constantly inhaling those motherfuckers because they are disgusting. So yeah, so FN Mecca is one of eight social influencers. I don't know if you all know who Serena Williams is. She is a amazing tennis star, and her daughter what is her daughter's, Olympia. She had this doll, and eventually they turned their doll into this artificial intelligence sort of character, and they call it Quay Quay. So that is another influencer, and that thing has like, it's a doll. It looks like a baby. And there's another one called Michaela. She has over 3 million followers on Instagram, artificial intelligent. There's another one called Shy Yumi, and she's actually a porn star. She is an artificial intelligent porn star, and she is on this porn site called X Hamster. So there's another individual called Knox Frost. There's another one called Nu Nori. So there's been a couple out there, and the difference between artificial intelligence and just like cartoons or just like influencers like Garfield and stuff like that is the AIs, you give them personalities, you give them a story, you give them a view in the real world. So when you think of like Barbie, right? Barbie, she's an influencer like, hey girls, you know, Barbie, you know, we can do anything in the world. We can be astronauts, we can be safari people, yada, yada, yada. But Barbie lives in her own Barbie land, and that is her reality. The AIs live in our world. That they feel what we feel. They're made to feel what we feel. They have opinions on social issues. And for example, Michaela, she on Instagram, I think like hashtag, let me see, Y. Let me type it in. Sorry, y'all. If you type in AI influencer, so this individual, so that's an AI, and she has over like about 3 million Instagram followers, which I think is terrifying. Where's her page? This is more of them. Scary. And so in regards to the FN Mecca, he posted the other day on his TikTok that he wants to beat out James Charles, and James Charles has like over like 100 something million followers on TikTok. And would you believe this Mecca individual has like 1 million TikTok followers? Again, I think like there's so much going on in reality. It's like, what is the, you know, let's see what you all are saying. YouTube algorithm is a form of artificial intelligence. You're right, but it's not an influencer though. You know, it's like artificial intelligent influencers. Like these programs, right? They are created to influence us. They are created to say like Black Lives Matter. They are created to have an opinion and influence others. And so basically, yeah, so what I was saying about the FN Mecca, he was like, he wants to beat out James Charles in like popularity. And I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers. I've mentioned her plenty of times already on my channel. Her name is Lovely T. She was speaking in regards to how this can lead to essentially just getting rid of human influencers who might cause issues. It's like you're replaceable. This world is turning into, oh well, you know, we're just gonna create influencers whose opinions match with us, who are not problematic, who do not cause issues. You know, for example, like you have this David Dobrik individual who, you know, is accused of the R word, and he's lost like sponsorships on top of sponsorships on top of sponsorships. And you know, an AI can't be problematic because an AI is programmed to think how we want them to think, to feel how you want them to feel. And it's scary. It is really scary that we are living in this world where reality is crossing with animatronics. Reality is crossing over with like computers and programs. Yeah. And it's also easy because a lot of people, they're like, yo, maybe I don't want to have to deal with a human individual. Maybe it's easier to follow someone who's like made up in this world. And again, I think that's a little scary. And I need people like, I don't know, what are your opinions? What's your thoughts? Let me check the comments. Yep. I love me some lovely tea. Krista said there's an IG model named Shudu that blew me away. I would have to look. I think, is she like one of the brown skin ones? Because yeah, I think it's a little nerve-wracking. It's a little nerve-wracking. Alright, so this is kind of like how my soil looks. I think I'm going to add a bit more bark. And for the heck of it, I have a bunch of this and I just never use it. I'm also going to add a little bit of leca. Just a smidge. Just a little bit of leca. And you know, leca is like clay pebbles, so it's gonna add more dryness, drainage. Oh my gosh, this one is gonna be an hour. This video, I hope I'm not gonna make it an hour. So where is my little sandal mesh? I love how this disappears when I need it. Not cute at all, dude. Not cute. Gotta add a little bit of worm casting because that's just, you know, a little bit of fertilizer, natural fertilizer, one of the best forms of fertilizers that your plants can get because it's essentially worm dung, worm poop. Just put a little bit. It's so powerful. And I'm gonna mix it with my hands again. So this is how my substrate mix is looking. I can't find the mesh, apparently. I spent this whole time removing the beads from just for it to disappear on me. Found it. So I'm going to place this mesh at the bottom of here, as you can see. So it's going to help when I water for me to not have a whole bunch of like soil escaping during my watering sessions. Okay, I put like halfway soil substrate mix in here, and I'm just gonna grab my tetrasperma, and this is a non-tissue culture. I've kept it in this water for a good amount of time now. I think it's good to go in soil because my cat keeps playing me. She keeps testing my thugness, and I don't got the energy right now to deal with her because she wins. She wins. You win. She wins. So bloop. Gonna go ahead and add soil around it. So like AI wise, you've seen like they brought Tupac back via holograms. They brought Whitney Houston back via holograms. They also brought back Michael Jackson before. Kanye West a few years ago surprised Kim with a hologram of her father, Robert Kardashian. And it's cool. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. But when we start merging reality with, again, computers, they will take over. Everything we see on TV, everything we see in the movies, I think is just a soft, just what is the word? Programming, you know? We're like softly getting programmed, like, oh yeah, it's cool. You know, we have these robo dogs that are invincible and you can't kick them down because they ain't going nowhere, and they have like heat sensors. And what society will my children live in? What society will I live in the future? I'm gonna be that old lady that's like, oh yeah, back in my days we used to use dial-up. Yeah, dial-up. I come from the age of dial-up, where I needed to get on the internet. I had to be like, well, grandma, sorry, you can't be on the phone 24/7. I need to check AIM. I need to go on Yahoo Messenger and speak to people across the world. I need to go on MySpace. Who remembers MySpace? That was the bomb. MySpace was bomb. I learned so much coding via MySpace that I know nothing about anymore because Facebook came to play and essentially made us all lose that amazing skill. And we are done. It is potted up, and I'm going to water it using I'm gonna pot it up using this. And sorry, I'm gonna water it using this, and this is actually aquarium water. I cleaned my aquarium the other day, and I just used my funnel and added any extra aquarium water that I have in here. So aquarium water is essentially like using fish emulsion. That is the natural fish emulsion, and it's super fertilized, super poop filled, just like worm casting. And I'm gonna water this thoroughly. And I'm gonna let it soak in here. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm gonna place it at my east facing window. I have one of my little wire ring hangers that I also sell. If you're interested, I sell the wire ring hangers. I'm gonna let it chill there. It's a 6-inch one that I'm gonna put it in because this fits into a 6-inch wire ring rack. And I'm letting this water from the top and absorb any excess, soak up any excess water that it wants. Let the roots do its thing. Let the soil do its thing. The plant does look very sad, but we're not going to pay attention to that because hopefully when this grows out, these will all be dead and we're not going to have to worry about the ugliness of these. But my salty peeps, I think this is going to be the end of this video. If you're still watching, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. It's going to be a fun video, so do keep an eye out. I think I'm going to post it either Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, let me check the comments right quick before I head out. Yeah, no, Ross, yeah. Oh, yeah, I do have an aquarium, Ross. I have an aquarium, and the AI influencer is crazy. They are using real-life animations over reality, just like Pokemon Go. And people are actually just really being influenced by that. They really are being influenced. Like, these AIs are wearing, like, Gucci and, you know, and kissing, like, Bella Hadid. And I'm just like, these things are made to influence you. Bella Hadid is like a model. Yeah, it's like, I guess I must stay in my my space. If I want to go virtual, I'm gonna put my virtual glasses on and go virtual. But other than that, I want to live in reality because life is amazing. And even through it's with all the trials and tribulations that comes with being human, there's nothing better than being human. That's why these AIs are trying to emulate humanism, humanoids, us. I don't know, incorrect term. Don't judge me. But thank you again, my salty peeps, for watching this video. I will see you on the next one. See you next Thursday also, live stream. All right. Love you all. Bye.